Our next roaster is Antonio Garcia. Antonio Garcia is a big lover of the porn. In fact, he says... when he says he came across your Facebook page... Antonio Garcia!
Self-conscious about my material before we started. Now I feel very comfortable. My name is Antonio. I am here to make fun of the other members of this club. That sounds like a lot of fun in theory, but there isn't really that much to say. Look at Shadi. All he does is show up high to the meetings and tell a lot of lame jokes. Hashtag not my president. And look at Bob. The only meaningful thing I have learned from Bob is that Facebook Live is overrated. The president is a dirtbag, the roast master is a dirtbag. That sets the expectation for the rest of the group. I wish I could be a saint like Elaine, who's not here tonight, shamefully. She's our vice president of public relations, but she speaks wonders 24/7 about these people. I could never speak positively about such a horrible gang like this, so I really look up to her. The only person nicer than her in the club would be Ruben, who is not here today either. That's Bob's fault, that stupid video you made, dude. But then again, Ruben is so nice, he would not admit how nice he is. And that's as touchy-feely as I'm going to get tonight, because if I get too touchy-feely, Jessica is going to start crying. And I don't want to deal with that shit. Speaking of crying, I want to say a few words about Maggie Collins. It seems that she has the coolest job in the universe, because she travels all over the world. She's been to Vietnam, she's been to Transylvania recently, she was in Iceland, and for 2 weeks straight, she posted the most awesome pictures to Facebook every single day of all the cool stuff she was doing. And the more photos she posted, the more depressed I got. Wherever you are, Maggie, thank you for constantly reminding me how boring my life is. Well, I don't want to be like Dustin and talk forever pointlessly. I want to get to the point. Tonight, we are here to celebrate this gentleman here. When I met Eric, as everybody knows, he was very outgoing and friendly and open. But for some reason, I felt compelled to kind of keep my distance from him because there was something that wasn't right. Later, I learned that he has a disturbing obsession with porn. That is not his only shortcoming. There are many others. And actually, yeah, he's kind of a complex character because he has things that make you like him a lot, and there are things that make you, again, kind of want to stay away. So for a while, I had trouble putting a finger on just what kind of character he is. And one day, I randomly ran into Eric and his brother Mark out in town. And I learned that Eric is actually the youngest kid in his family. And all of a sudden, it all made sense. Picture your youngest, most annoying little sibling as a kid. Eric Linder is that annoying little shit in an adult man's body. That's it. That's his character. And unlike other people here who are present to speak baseless shit about Eric, I actually have photographic evidence of some of the points that I wish to cover. As you know, I love taking photos of the members of this club. I'm very passionate about it and have a lot of fun. And isn't this the most adorable thing you have seen in a long time? Yeah. But we are not here to talk about... Yeah, that's Jessica and Diane. Denise is one of them, I don't know. But we are not here to talk about good-looking people. We are here to talk about this individual. In any case, when I take photos, I take a ton of pictures of every person, and I only keep a handful because I want to make sure that people look as good as possible in the photos and that they're actually happy to see them. This photo is a good example of that, but with Eric, for some reason, it is extremely difficult to accomplish. Because in 9 out of 10 photos, he looks like a complete psycho. You're about to see, you will see. And it is hard to believe because look at him. Everybody sees him as this sweet, likable, charismatic character, but he has a dark side to him. And I think the camera has showed me another reason why I was kind of spooked out by him at first. Let's look at psycho picture of Eric, number 1. Can you get the light so people can see it better? Yeah, you can see the evil in his face there. He's pretty much saying, let's kidnap all the babies and feed them to the squirrel. What about this one? That's Eric. The camera doesn't lie. What is he saying here? He's saying, I saw a midget struggling to carry 20 cases of tuna for the poor African children. So I walked up to him and I kicked him in the balls. That's right, motherfucker. And he's bragging about it too. You can see it in his face. For contrast, this is one picture of sweet Eric, evil Eric. Sweet Eric, evil Eric. What the fuck is the deal? To be fair, if you've been long enough in this club, you know that part of the club experience is that half the members are seriously crazy. Like seriously fucking crazy. And we pretty much take turns coming up on stage and telling each other what is wrong with ourselves. A good illustration of that would be a former member of ours, Mary, who left us. I'm bringing her up because she was very much like Eric. For every 9 photos of her that I took, she seriously looked like she wanted to murder everyone in the room. But my point is, at least Mary told us what was wrong with her in her icebreaker. On the other hand, what the fuck is this shit? Mark is enjoying this. The scary part is I have to deal with this every single time I edit photos of the members. I'm only showing you 2 of them, and I took this on a single meeting. I didn't like gather them over months or anything like that. It was 2 consecutive photos and they look like that. Okay, so this is what I have to deal with. And I normally delete these photos, but the point tonight is to make fun of Eric, so there they are. They may or may not get leaked, we'll see. But in all seriousness, when Eric is not being a smartass, he's the most likable, friendly person in the club, and we all love him. We all have stories of Eric getting us out of trouble or fixing some stupid mistake that we made. And it is also awesome to have someone with such a playful attitude that lightens everything up and just makes everybody's time more enjoyable. In the end, this is how we see Eric. A sweet, lovable little angel that spreads happiness all around him. Eric, we all love you, in spite of your weird obsession with porn. I feel very fortunate to have met you, and I am sure I am not the only person in the room who can say that. Thank you for being a member of this club, and thank you for all the nice things you do for everyone.